Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video we are going to be going over all your questions that we have for the new update. Playing some music in the background, so hopefully it's not too loud. So obviously there's been a lot of videos covering what the update is about, and I'm here to go over. I asked on Twitter, give me your takes on the Go Beyond update, and I might feature them in an upcoming video. GBL, Kalos, new level cap, seasons. Let me know your thoughts, concerns, questions, and or most exciting aspects. So I'm basically gonna just quickly go through all the tweets. I think there are quite a few responses here. Let me see here. There are 71 responses here, so I'm gonna try to go over them as quickly as possible. I have 58 minutes before I have another meeting, so let's go ahead and try to tackle these. So the first one is, I'm terrified that the million dust / 1,000 candy for Master League will not be enough anymore, and they'll raise the barrier to entry. Same stuff, same meta, less accessible for everyone. I think that is a completely valid concern. I do think that with the new level cap, we do expect that there's going to be an increase in Stardust, and the XL candy will be more difficult to obtain than regular candy, especially for legendaries. What I'm hoping that they will do is that they will give us another option to run alongside Master League, because if they just run Master League, I think it will be a total disaster. And I'm not too optimistic on that part, but I'm confident that they will perhaps release a Great League or an Ultra League theme cup that will be more accessible for trainers. Something like Halloween or the Kanto Cup, I think, will be really great additions to run alongside Master League, so that for those that want to run the strongest Pokemon, grind it out to level 50, they can go ahead and duke it out with level 50 Dialgas. But for those that aren't interested in that type of intense grind, we'll have alternative options. That's at least what I'm hoping. Next one is, I'm excited about new mons, as always, especially Aegislash. The typing, the moves it learns could be interesting. Aegislash is an absolute monster. That thing is going to be, it's basically, I think it's a, let me just actually look this up. I think it's a Ghost Steel type, which is an absolutely busted, Ghost Steel type, which is an absolute busted typing. It has access to some incredible moves. So think about it as a Ghost, think about it as a Ghost Steel Bastiodon, but it also has access to like Shadow Claw. It has access to some pretty incredible moves. Actually, let's quickly go over this. I think it has access to like Shadow Claw. Its stats are pretty insane. Let's sort by typing. Okay, Shadow Sneak, obviously not a good move. Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Air Slash, Close Combat, Psycho Cut. Oh man, it has like maybe not great steel moves. I don't think it'll be a great steel. Aerial Ace, terrible move, but it has access. It could have a really great move pool, like Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Close Combat. Sounds pretty good to me. I'm sure there's some other ones that it can learn that would be helpful. Rock Slide, yeah, it could be really good, but we'll see what moves it will get in once it's released, and who knows when it will be released. We're still waiting on Jellicent. So rip my squad of 6 level 40 Machamps to take down raid bosses. I have a feeling it won't be long until I need to start seeing flexes of level 50 super effective raid counter teams. So here's the thing. I don't think they'll make the raid bosses that much more difficult, at least initially. Maybe in the long run they will, because obviously they want people to have like collaborative efforts to take down raid bosses. But how many people, just let me know down in the comment section below. Does everyone use six maxed out best counters? Like Machamp are not even the best counters to a lot of if you're talking about pure fighting damage, you should be using 6 level 40 Lucarios. Why don't you have 6 level 40 Lucarios? Because 6 level 40 Machamps are probably going to be sufficient. And if you're going to raid in big groups, like, to be honest, like, I've seen people raid in big groups that have like 6 level 35 Machamps, and we still get the raid boss done as quickly as needed. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I don't think that's going to be too much of a concern. It just gives you you the options to power up more Pokemon if you want to. New ways to earn dust or getting more via the current way should be considered now that we have more mons to max. I 100% agree with this. I know that they're looking to double the XP from catching Pokemon, and there's double XP in raids now, etc., etc. I'm hoping that they double the XP on catches or have more frequent events or some other mechanism to obtain Stardust, because if we expect the scaling of Stardust to go accelerated, as I'm expecting from level 40 to level 50, it's going to be super expensive. So I'm hoping that they'll figure out ways to. So they obviously want us to grind. They obviously want us to play the game. They obviously want us to spend Stardust and candy. So it's not. I obviously I don't expect it to be free, but I do expect that there's going to be some incentive to play it out and grind some more. So the next one is from the 6'4 Ninja, a great Twitch streamer. Definitely check him out. What will be the new important break and bulk points that flip Master League and Master Premier matches? Which buddies become most viable for those leagues? Do these mons we've invested in the most still hold up? Will mons that missed the cutoff previously, like 14, 14, 14 Dialga? So those are all really valid concerns. I do expect the break points and bulk points to change. So like a 14, 14, 14 Dialga may or may not be good enough anymore. It is kind of a new niche break point to have from a defensive and bulk point, but they are one-turn moves, so we'll see as we see the numbers come out. I do think that the mons we invested will still hold up. I think increasing level cap doesn't change the mons that you're gonna have, but that means if you do want to compete in Masters and Master League Premier, you're going to have to power up these Pokemon. So, but I'm hoping that they give us an alternative to playing Master League and Master League Premier, at least in the short term, while everyone still grinds up the Stardust. And I live in Toronto. I live in one of the best places in the world to grind Stardust. If I want to go out and max Pokemon to level 50, I'm going to be capable of doing that. But I know that's not accessible to everybody. So I'm hoping in the short term run, they release Kanto Cup or release Johto Cup or some other cup to play alongside Master League. That would be my recommendation. And I'm going to be advocating as hard as I can to make sure that there's an alternative to playing Master League. The future of Open Master League looks bleak. The amount of candy needed to get a Pokemon to level 50 will likely be too much for most players. I agree with this 100%. J-Jan, one of the top battlers in the world when it comes to GBL. I agree with them. So I'm hoping that there's going to be alternatives. Mark's son, also a Twitch streamer, so definitely check him out. I'm fairly concerned about having to rebuild mons due to new potential IV spreads, huge estimates, and still have to hunt for new ones. However, I love the prospect of heavy meta shakeup all around. So I agree for Master League and Master League Premier. I don't necessarily agree for Great and Ultra League. There might be some new niche breakpoints, but let me just walk through an example here. So we'll go to Matrix mode on. I know I probably should have. Okay, we'll go to Matrix mode, and we'll do Azu, for example. Right, we're gonna do a 100% Azu. Right, like you can let me know. The exact same moveset, well, versus a rank 1 Azu. And we do it against the Great League meta, right? If I go through here, okay, the 100% actually wins the mirror match. The rank 1 wins the matchup versus Grassnot Cresselia. The 100% wins the matchup against Drifblim. The rank 1 wins the matchup against Haunter. And then the 100% actually does a little bit better against Mew. But as you can see, the Stunfisk matchup, it's better for the rank 1. But as you can see here, just because you have a rank 1 or you have a 100% max out one, it's not definitive that it's going to be better. Is it generally better? Yes. I would say higher rank are generally better, except for like some niche bulk points and break points. But as you can see here, I was rocking 100% Azumarill for the longest time. Now I have a rank 2 or whatever, and I see very minimal differences between the IVs. Do IVs matter? Absolutely, they matter. Do they matter to the extent that people are as concerned about it? Absolutely not. Just because you have, you know, 100% Sableye, and now maybe the best one's going to be like a 6-15-15. I bet you 100% Sableye is going to win 98% of the matches that the rank 1 will, plus probably pick up some like 1 or 2 matchups that the rank 1 doesn't. So I wouldn't be so concerned, and I would just continue. How many people, if you're the person that says I'm only running rank 1 or bust, yeah, this update is absolutely terrible for you. But if you're a battler and understand that, you know, the Pokemon they're using, the typing, the moveset, the strategies that you implement are way more important than IVs, then you'll see very minimal difference due to this change. And as well, like how many, this really only concerns Pokemon that are going to be that max out near the current level cap, that will then have new optimized IV spreads. So let's keep it going. Next one's from Vince. I hope it won't, and I'm scared it will force. This will force us to regrind all our PvP, and that Pokemon and XL candies won't be too arcane for the level 41 to 50 Pokemon. I'm concerned about the XL candy, but it's already really expensive, or decrease the 1 to 40 power up cost. Eager to see how it turns out. I think I'll pretty much address this question. I don't think you'll need to regrind your Pokemon. Maybe like specific ones, like if you have some extra dust or you're interested in making, like not all we evolve. There's some really intense Go Battle Leaguers and, you know, Silph Arena trainers and, you know, people that are really into PvP have made, like, I think I read a tweet that Valarash has made 4 Azumarill, right? So like, it's not because like, it's because he's interested in having the best PvP spread. Did it make a difference in some of his matchups? Maybe like he's probably had like, I'm guessing like 8,000-9,000 GBL wins. I'm guessing like 3, 4 of them, 5 of them are related to the rank 1 Azu, right? And that for him, 4 or 5 wins is totally worth it for him, that additional investment. But for most trainers, it's not going to be worth it. It's not gonna make sense. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Next one is Lyndon. Lyndon is a fantastic trainer from Florida, I believe from Tampa, and really great guy. Helped organize a really big tournament in Florida. Low-key think seasons could have the biggest long-term impact. Change the spawns, making some things easier, harder to tame. In-game events which constantly change things. Rotations to megas. I agree. I think seasons right now there's not that much information about how they'll play out, but it at least gives us an understanding of like, okay, you know, in the winter season, we expect to have more ice Pokemon. So you should grind them up, save them up for potential community days, etc., because they probably won't be available in the summertime. So I think that is a really good take. I really like that. Okay, Big Timer Gaming says, personally love that people need to hit many aspects of the game to hit level 50, as only 1 or 2 gives reasons to branch out. I had horrendous Battle Girl badge, and after a year, I think I'm top 5 of my community and enjoy it. So I agree. I think if you want to be level 50, then you should be an overall trainer that includes, you know, medals, badges, walking, all that stuff. And for those that want to have the flex of being level 50, I think I agree. It should be not just XP. I like his not just XP grind to level 50. I wish they would finish Gen 5 before a big wave of Gen 6. Season has potential to be great. Leveling Pokemon 50 might shake up GBL and Silph. Ultra League will have more usable Pokemon, but Masters might be out of reach. I agree with all of those, right? I think those are all really good takes, and I do agree that I wish they would just finish off Gen 5 before releasing Gen 6, but obviously they have their own plans. Nanaya, I probably brutalized the name. I love being challenged and that are already earned XP is carried over. The thing that I don't like is that this many raids, i.e. the paywall, power up level 40, only XL candies should be required and no more dust because our dust gains are not increasing. I agree that dust gains should be increasing. I'm concerned about the XL candy, but let's see how they're going to be able to handle it. I think they said that you can convert candy and you'll be able to obtain candy from catching Pokemon, but hopefully there'll be more other ways and that it's not too crazy of a crime. Next one is from House Stark, who's a Twitch streamer, amazing battler. You should already know. I'm a little concerned about how many Pokemon at level 40 are double moved, max, best buddy that are less valuable, specifically for Great and Ultra League. I am very excited for long term, but could see casual battlers being very discouraged by this. So I think as elite battlers or community leaders, IVs are important, but they're not everything, right? Like, again, I showed that example of 100% Azu at level 36 versus a rank 1, you know, all that stuff. And the differences are so minimal for even the top tier Pokemon. So I wouldn't fret too much. Are they less valuable? Yes, that is the case, right? I'm not going to say that they're not. But do they go from rank 1 super amazing Pokemon to absolute trash as you transfer them? Absolutely not, right? Let's not go overboard on this and understand the ramifications. So but I think the long-term prospects are pretty important. Okay, Carry16CL says, kind of hurts for ones that already max Pokemon like Medicham and Sableye. I guess we'll have to adapt to the new system again. Maybe the rank 1 for Medicham is going to be 12, 15, 15. Who cares? If you have 100% and it maxes to 1530, you don't max it to 1530. Max it, put it up to 1500, and again, it's going to be almost as good as the rank 1. So, and then the same thing with Sableye. I picture the word Magician says, I picture Masters will be affected without CB limits. I don't see affecting other leagues that much. I agree 100% there. There's going to be some Pokemon. There's going to be some Pokemon that are now going to be viable in Ultra League. You know, there's so many Pokemon that are like max out to 2200, 2300. You know, Bronzong, going to be awesome. Skarmory, going to be awesome, right? Venusaur is one of the most dominating Pokemon in the league, right? Lapras is one of the most dominating Pokemon in the league. Having more Steel types in Ultra Premier is going to be good for stabilizing the meta. Corporation AFK, we need a candy reduction. It's already too much to max 100 legendary to level 40 and get a second move. Is 240 candies plus 100 for the move. Everyone's talking about Stardust, but the only problem I face is candy. At Lucky, Best Buddy Mon should have a reduction. I think those are good takes. I don't think if you want to have the most crazy inventory in the world, yeah, is the candy too much? Sure, yeah, especially if you don't spend any money in the game. But that's always going to be the trade-off. I think this game is grindable enough. I think this is a game that if you want to grind it out and not spend any money, and you want to, you know, be on the front page of the GBL leaderboard, you can be and play all leagues. Will it require a little bit more effort? Yeah, but if you compare that to other mobile games, I think that's I think it's fine, the candy cost right now. Obviously, reduction will make it easier for anybody, but we'll see how they're going to handle the XL candy. And Stardust might not be an issue for them, but I think Stardust is an issue for other people. Happy Vincent says, I'm excited about the new level increase, but the only thing I fear is the Go Battle League requirement. I dislike PvP, and if it's only reached rank 24, I would never reach that level because it's not only a matter of grinding, it's doing something I dislike. I highly doubt it's going to be hit legendary rank in GBL. I think it's going to be level 20. I think it'll be similar to reaching rank 9 in the previous season, where you need to have 200 wins or something like that. So I think it's going to be totally grindable, or it might even be like in this current season where you need to put effort in, but it's not about being the top 0.1% battler in the world in order to reach rank whatever, level 44 or whatever it is. I think it'll be a little bit of a grind, and I do think that if you want to reach that top level, sometimes you have to do things that you don't enjoy, and for yourself, you have to evaluate, is reaching level 50 worth doing something you dislike? That's part of the grind, right? So I think you can make that evaluation for yourself and make that decision. So the next one I have is power creep for this game is real. With all the additional power increases being additional levels, boost to megas during the season. A little worried about the rebalance is going to be needed. Added more difficulties for newcomers. Overall, super exciting though. So I think outside of GBL, like, who cares about power creep, right? Like, it's not like they're making the raid bosses more difficult. I would have a different stance if they're making the raid bosses twice as hard now, right? So that you're forced to be have level 50 Pokemon, or 5 people can take down the raid boss. Right now, the scale at which the power is increasing to how difficult the raid bosses are is only for the positive. You could use the same Pokemon that you used to take down Tyrannitars back in May 2017 and still, you know, take out Dialgas now, right? So I think the power creep is not that big a deal outside of GBL. Unless your community chastises you for not using the absolute maxed out Pokemon and best counters, which I hope is not the case. So I'm not too worried or concerned about that aspect. I'm excited for new players. It's unfortunate I won't reach level 40 before the end of the year. I might miss out on certain things. I'm level 36. It would be quite the grind to get to 40 a month. Bobby, I believe you can do it. Like, with the increase, double on XP catches, and, you know, I think you get like 1,000 XP on for an excellent throw. I think it's totally grindable, and yeah, I totally think you can do it. Go for it, Bobby. Jimma, another great Twitch streamer, check him out, says, I'm excited. Cheer, cheer. That's one of his signature lines. Okay, Spice Patrol, I think that is. I'm excited for the new meta in old leagues. Ultra League, Umbreon, or Skarmory would be cool. That'd be awesome. I feel like Pokemon who invested time and dust into Sableye, Medicham. But I feel for them too, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Seems like Match League is becoming less successful than it already is. I agree with that. Even more Pokemon have a chance to shine. I'm in, says Pogo Joel, a great YouTuber. Check him out. I think did they announce new shinies? Is that what he's saying? More Pokemon will have a chance to shine. I'll have to check that out. ATX Ash, trainer that I've met. Actually, probably shouldn't say where she's from, but fantastic lady. I really enjoyed her company. If you're a trainer who engages in one or two aspects of PvP, this update might be discouraging. But for those who love Pogo, how multifaceted it is, how different trainers excel at different things, level 50 metrics is all about that. I agree with that. I agree. Eddie says biggest winners and losers for Great League and Ultra League. Great League losers, as you Sableye, Medicham. Biggest winners, Dustox, Pachirisu, and Chansey. I think there's definitely some Pokemon that are going to be winners, but I don't expect the meta to change too much. Are you really going to use Pachirisu? Yeah, I think it'll be more viable, but in a Stunfisk meta, it's pretty challenging to use it. So, but you know, there's a lot of it. Also allows us to have more viable. Mono Electric is moveset is not necessarily the greatest. Haram best creator. Best part is that it adds life to the game besides shiny hunting and PvP, and gives you a reason to go out and grind. I agree. Just wish I had a Pokemon account that is level 40. Glenn, go make your Pokemon account level 40, and that wish will come true. Sean Anderson says, my biggest concern is likely what others are wondering as well. Are Pokemon that we trained, invested, or spent countless hours building now obsolete? The answer is no. Jimmy's Golden Mike, not happy about this. Will sell my account. Tons of 2016 legacy pokes, many PvP ready, 39 win streak on GBL. DM, please don't DM him. I don't think his mic in his profile picture. Oh, actually, no, it is golden. Okay, well, it's golden, but maybe not gold. So think about that as you're thinking about whether. Okay, don't buy his account. YS Mal BP. Ah, man, brutalized that name. The level requirements are great. They're not your typical run-of-the-mill research tests we've had, specifically beating our rocket leaders with Great League Mon tasks. I think that's fantastic. You now have to feel like you have earned the levels rather than just making it so everyone can and their mom are level 40s. Amit Sinha Maha Patra. I don't know. I've realized the name. The game needs new changes for keep going. Doing the same thing for the past year. The IDO season is pretty cool. At least we'll get updates. Well, changes the game experience. I hope. One more is supporting the game content creators. Supercell, PUBG are well ahead of Pogo. Niantic, hit me up if you want to collaborate, because you. And next one is, I wish they would take away the nerf in legendary Pokemon. Full potential. Talking about some Kalos Pokemon. Platinum medals will be a nightmare for some players. We'll see how they'll play out. Next one is, who's John Gill? It's a lot to unpack overall, but reading things over a few times and processing it, I think it really have thought a lot about it through heavily. Then again, I'm pretty optimistic. I agree. I think this is a pretty well thought out update, but we'll see how the implementation goes. Rip Kekon. Mosh Pit 37 says, if they mess up CP formula and make all the Great League and Ultra League Pokemon, I may boycott or quit forever. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to boycott or quit because it doesn't look like you're going to be changing the formula. Mario G says, overall happy. I see some commenters are upset that the perfect Great League and Ultra League are less good. But on the other side, I'm a level 40. Never got good at Azumarill. Managed fine with Skarmory and others. It keeps the game more fair for less hardcore players. Yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal. So, Dose Dragon Ball says, excited for everything except for one thing. Big concern is powering up Pokemon past level 40. This will require new IVs we've already built. Again, I think Master League concern is valid. I don't think the other one is that big a deal. K Nate M4. Man, I'm sure that's some clever wording that someone's gonna let me know down in the comment section below. I'm mostly excited about Gen 6 new Pokemon. That's what I want to get my hands on ASAP. Pokemon like Aegislash, Xerneas, and others will have a great impact on all leagues. Unfortunately, I think Greninja will be such a force in Pogo. We'll see. I think Greninja looks pretty good in Open Masters, but let's see what moveset it'll get. Big ML says it's almost possible to up the Pokemon level without that happening, so I'm not mad at Niantic. But I feel bad for the 10 Pokemon that have already best buddy because they maxed out under 1500 and under 2500. Getting 10 best buddies takes a long time and a lot of effort. I agree, and it kind of sucks, but these will still be good Pokemon. Like these Pokemon will still be good. In fact, Meganium will be more viable because they'll be able to hit a little bit harder. With the new level cap, level 50, what happens to our Medicham and Azumarill? It'll still be good. So, video idea: is your current Azu trash? Discussing breakpoints. The answer is no. I'm sad that that they mentioned Kalos when Volcarona still kept them. I forgot they meant the mighty Kekleon. That's true. It kind of sucks. So hopefully they'll release the rest of Gen 5 soon. I'm mostly concerned with some of the PvP Pokemons lose their rank 1 status. I think now that they've become perfect time to introduce IV adjusting features. That could be interesting. A lot of my friends are complaining that they'll never make it past level 40 because they mentioned battling and they hate PvP. I think Niantic hopefully doesn't involve GBL ranks, but I also hope that they don't allow it to be win-based versus anyone. Paid actors everywhere. Okay, so I'm assuming. Well, I know John Gill, but I'm assuming John Gill with his other friends is one of those the friends that like how do I describe it? You're like kind of like they hope that something bad that would be funny doesn't happen to you, but if it does, he'll laugh and enjoy it. So I think that's kind of my take on it. Genie says excited for it as they introduce more challenges, but might not be the best time to roll out. Encourage people to go out in the whole world. through ongoing pandemic. I agree. Hopefully they'll be able to manage it, but you know, it's been kind of, I would say Niantic has been 70% good on this and then 30% miss. They've made it, if you really think about it, they made a lot of changes to Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Go easily could have died, but they made a lot of adjustments to make it play at home. Have they walked back a few things and made a few missteps? Absolutely, but I think it's like, it's not, it's like 70-30 in my opinion. Except for the new content in game, as opposed to here's some pretty shinies to hunt. I agree. Kevin says excited about Wish. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce that. Klefki. Oh man, I'm so bad at pronouncing things. Kuna says, I love GBL. I spent the last few months getting the best Pokemon, good IVs, send Stardust, give up the second move. I wish the new rank system, the 3 leagues would go away. All my hard is in vain. It's definitely not in vain. You'll be fine, don't worry. Polymer's Up says, getting to level 40 isn't the only or even the primary barrier to entry for casual newcomers. I agree. Dust, accessibility to old Pokemon, DD, early gens. Yeah, you can live without DD. DD is probably, hopefully they'll bring back. Early generations, sure, look, trading can come out as well. And now Excel candies are much bigger issues for leveling playfield. Those that cost are ultra, rescale, or just will be critical. I agree, but those will only impact for Pokemon that you need to max the level beyond level 40. But I think that's a valid concern. The end of GBL, crazy that they cannibalize themselves by killing it off. I don't agree with that take. I like all the new features now. It's just pissed that all the Pokemon have level double move for self GBL. Ultra League will now be non-optimal. Need replacing, feels bad. Well, Matt, you don't need to feel bad because you'll be fine. Sebastian, also a Twitch streamer, says, I think I'll quit Master League. I don't have the patience to grind to level 50 to stay competitive. Yeah, I think Master League is definitely a concern. Let's see what they're going to do with it. Hypnotic Melodic says, all I'm saying, I hope Froggy becomes a nesting Pokemon because I need that hundo. I agree. Kaiser says, lots of potential issues with already maxed out best buddy Pokemon, but I'm looking forward to new challenges. Fortunately, some of the new challenges will be breaking point for many trainers as COVID is still affecting us. I agree. Let's see what they do with it. TZ Spence, also another great Twitch streamer, great content creator from Mexico. It's definitely something that us as Pokemon traders, we wanted about the game, but I think it's not the time because of the pandemic. I agree. Hopefully they'll manage that. Ross 123 says, not very happy about a lot of the PvIV Pokemon becoming irrelevant. I've already had 2 PvP Sableyes, Azus, etc. that have become useless, and I'll need a third. Also, if they require 41 to 50 Stardust, really need certain ways. Make star pieces 2 times finding. I agree with that. Make Stardust and star pieces 2 times instead of 1.5. I think is a really great incentive. You know, it allows them to be more effective. You know, people will probably purchase more because they'll see more value out of it. So I think that's a really, really fantastic idea. But again, if you've already made 2 Azus and 2 Sableyes, then you're probably interested in having the best Pokemon. So my concern is, will you have to spend excessive Stardust to get this is Leo Dubfire, excessive Stardust on Pokemon to level 50? It looks like it. Leandro says, my concern is that the Stardust power system is the same, so the would have to grind Stardust like we used to, but we would need to use more dust as they used to be. As the meta will change, powering up 40-50, it won't be cheap into Stardust. I think that's a valid concern. Let's see how they're going to address it. Darkcry 120 says, is it possible to start the 120 and reach level 40 before the end of the year? If you're crazy and willing to grind super hard, you can probably do it in 2 days. Joe says, really disappointed. I've wasted so many resources and so much time powering up Pokemon that are going to plummet in the ranks and become totally obsolete. Seems like they didn't consider this at all. I don't agree with that take. Let's go to Go Stadium here. So I think they have a level 50. subject to change. Let's look at like what's rank 1 Azu. So rank 1 Azu is 8, 15, 15, right? So if we go 8, 15, 15 and we go to Great League, so instead of rank 1 now, actually no, that's not Azu. Okay, sorry. Instead of rank 1 now, let's see what rank it is. It's rank 829, which is not even that bad. Like it actually has it has lower defense and lower stamina. And this looks actually like a level 45.5. Yeah, okay, that makes sense actually. Level 45.5. So, but the difference in performance is not going to be that great anyways. Let's actually see the difference between 15, 15, 15. Yeah. So, will they be not as good? Absolutely. Will they be totally useless? Absolutely not. I've certainly used Pokemon that are like rank 600, 700, 800, even 1,000 before, because they were the Pokemon that I had available. So an Azu is still going to be an Azu and still will be a phenomenal Pokemon. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Let's actually check out Sableye. So a Sableye, obviously level will now be 1,391. Is that good? No, not at all. Is it gonna make the Sableye totally useless? Absolutely not. Obviously, a rank 1 Sableye 0, 15, 15 will be better and will have higher defense and stamina. But is it gonna make it totally useless? No. And you can slowly grind those ones up, and we'll see how the meta shakes up over the long run. Next one is I'd like some clarity how exactly our PVI is going to change. I'll go over videos for that. I think about hunting, and also this is like a speculative calculator as well. We'll see how it actually plays out and how the CPMs are going to play out. Next one is new level cap makes Master League highly accessible, especially for newer players. Videos like level 36 rank 10 Master League will be impossible. Well, now they'll be able to power to level 46, right? And as well, it'll be easier to be able to it'll be not easier. It'll be easier to be able to get to the ability to max them out. Obviously, maxing out will be different. So, but again, like if you power up in the short term, you can't power up your Pokemon past level 40 and use them in Master League. So who knows when that requirement will actually come into play. Next question is, or next comment is, they need to find ways to refund spent Stardust if we've already built Pokemon. A lot of effort are not useless. It is not a good thing, and even makes me think about quitting. Like we knew about that. We knew that a level cap increase was going to come since GoFest, right? And it was going to be bound time that it was going to happen. And if you feel like all the resources you spent are now totally useless and you want to quit, then I think it's sometimes good to be able to step away from the game and evaluate whether or not the additional effort is going to be worth the fun or enjoyment that you might receive. So, but hopefully they're not going to be useless, but certainly they'll be a challenge. I need more Pokemon storage. I am definitely agree. Next one is level 50. Sounds like a paywall, Stardust wall. It really depends on the actual task. We'll see. It definitely could be, but we'll see. I'm optimistic. Sounds like GBL teams will be nuked. I don't think that would be the case. I spent so much Stardust time best budding meta relevant Pokemon that maxed close to 1,500. Like, how many Pokemon realistically are, if you just focus on GBL, what are the Pokemon that you've maxed near 1,500? Sableye, Medicham, Azu. Like, realistically, what else? Like, if we go to the rankings, let's just go through, let's go through the top 25. Okay, so Azu, Bastodon, Primate's up there, interesting. Not Primate. Medicham. 3 of the top 25 Pokemon. And I don't know that many trainers that have maxed out the all 25 of the top 25. Okay, let's go through Ultra League. Abomasnow, Shadow Abomasnow, but I don't know any people that have Shadow Abomasnow. Lapras will probably be more optimized IV. Shadow Lapras, Steelix, but again, Abomasnow, these Pokemon that you're not really gonna use. So, Clefable. That's pretty much it, right? If we go to Ultra Premier, Abomasnow, Lapras, Driftblim, Clefable. Like, we're talking about 4 or 5 Pokemon. In Great League, will eventually you want to make a new Azu? Maybe. Well, you'll see some performance differences, probably, but will they be dramatic? Drastic? No. So I think like there's only so many Pokemon that were maxed near that cap that you would need to consider. Will there be a requirement other than XP to hit level 50? The answer is yes. So those are all your comments that you've had. Let me know some more questions you have in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this update, these changes. If you want me to do a deep dive into the actual update, but there's a lot of really great videos. I just checked out Xylox video. Definitely check it out as well. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see everyone in the next video.